Welcome to my channel, Dad Swag. My name is Matt. Now let's get this video rolling.
Hello YouTube and welcome to my channel, Dad Swag. Today I want to teach you how to edit your videos. So one of the programs I love using is YouCut. Now I highly recommend you getting YouCut Pro. And the reason why is it comes with a bunch of extra features that really you'll probably want to use. Now, when I first was looking for an editing program, I went through a number of them, and I was seeing like $20 a month here, and sometimes they were even more than that. And I'm like, that's just super expensive. And then I came across this, and honestly, it's a very fair price. Like, I have yet to see one that's just cheap besides free. So in here, you can, let me go back actually. If you look at the settings button, the top right hand corner, we're going to go ahead and click on that. And this is just for if you want to purchase it. I believe it'll be in this area too. And also just so you can see what I'm doing. So I went ahead and clicked on that settings button. And at the very bottom where it says YouCut Pro, I'm going to tap in that. Now, with that banner that's going across from right to left, you can see that all the features it comes with when you get the Pro version. And if you read the very fine print, it's saying down below, right about in here, it's only $5.99 a year. So for me, it's absolutely worth every penny of this. Guys, this is a really easy program to use. A ton of features in it. It is just really worth it. So, that's for you to decide. If you decide, hey, I just want to get the free one for right now. Some of the things I may show you here may not be included, but it's still nice to know. But let's go ahead and get started here. Now, one of the things I like doing with my videos or tutorials, I want to really take it down to a level where people can really understand it. The last thing I want to do is talk over everybody's head. Really, this is designed for your beginner user that really does not know what they're doing. And what we're going to do is just take baby steps, and that's okay. We're just going to take one at a time and get you through it. And I really want to be here to make sure you understand and that you really have a good feel of what's going on. So, one of the things that you're going to want to first do is record a video. And when you're recording, you're going to want to have your phone in the landscape position. So basically like a hot dog. And when you're recording, you also want to make sure your fingers are not covering the camera or your microphone. So you're going to want to locate that on your phone, both of those. And just make sure that your fingers are out of the way, that you're not accidentally plugging up the microphone, because then you're not going to get that clear audio through. And probably to begin with, just do something real short and get yourself real familiar with how to edit before you start trying to tackle these larger videos. I know it's great when you go out, hey, I want to record an hour session of this, hour session of that. But really, it's probably best that you don't, and you do more of maybe a 30-second clip here or there, and just get yourself really familiar with it. And so that way, once you do, you can go ahead and tackle those bigger ones at a later time. So let's go ahead and begin this session here. This is just going to be some basic steps, and we're going to have multiple tutorials on this app, YouCut Pro. For today, what we're going to do is do how to add your video clips in, transitions, splitting up videos, deleting like a desired selection, and adding text. So let's go ahead and get that started. So when I first open up the YouCut Pro app, you're going to be presented just like this. Now, I am using Android. For all you iPhone users, I would assume it's going to look very similar, but I cannot confirm that as I do not have one. So hopefully this will match with what you guys are seeing on your phone too. But we're going to go ahead and click that plus button, which is the white circle with the orange plus symbol in the middle. And then I'm going to be presented with 3 different boxes here, rectangles. So we have new project, a video that I was previously working on, or the most recent video I should say I was working on, and draft, so other videos I was working on at a later date. But for today, what we're going to do is we're going to select new project. That then takes me right into the videos that are my photos and videos that I recorded. Now, long story short, guys, I was working on a video for this demonstration, and long story short, I forgot to recording. I forgot to turn on the audio, so I did the whole video, and then when I went to go play it back, there was no audio. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So even I make mistakes too, guys. So this time, I made sure my audio was on, and we're re-filming this video again. So enough of that. What I want to do, you're seeing different video clips that I have. So I went in my front yard, and I just quickly recorded a couple things. And what we're going to do is edit that. So we have a picture of a tree at the bottom with 13 seconds. That was my first video clip outside that I was recording. So we're going to go ahead and do that. The next one is of the bug zapper. Then we have the clouds. And then we have a picture of a tree. Now, this other one was one that I was kind of working on another video. Don't worry about that. But we have 4 video clips we are going to work with today. Now, what I'm going to do is, let's pretend that we're going through selecting these videos, and either one, I forgot to add one, or I somehow selected it, and it went straight to the editing software. So it went just like that. And we're like, oh no, I missed one, because it only has 3 of the 4 video clips I want in it. And I really need the 4th one. No problem, guys. What you can do is go ahead here in the lower left-hand corner. Do you see where that orange circle with the white plus mark is? We're going to go ahead and just click or tap on that there. And it brings us right back to our videos and photos and all that good stuff. And we can then go ahead and add the video clip that we missed or that accidentally didn't get added into what we want to work on. So, and in this case, it would be the 9-second video clip of that tree there. So we're going to go ahead and select that, which you can see there's a number 1 on it. And we're going to go ahead and hit that orange circle with a white arrow then. Now it added into it. But, hey, wait, didn't we want that to be the 4th video clip? So now they're not in order. So we got, if I'm counting the video clips the way it's being presented here, this would be number 4, 1, 2, and then 3. So all of these 1, 2, and 3 are in order. It's just that 4th one, which is at the very beginning, that I don't want there. I want that at the very end because that's the order in which I wanted the video to play. So the way we're going to fix that is on that video clip that we want to select, we're going to just take our finger, hold it down for a little bit, and then it's going to pop up like this. We can then take it, and with our finger being held down against it, we're going to drag it across the screen to the position where we want it and then let go. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put my finger on that video clip that we want to move, and I'm going to slowly drag it all the way to the end. So that is number 4, and then I'm going to let go, and it's going to fall in place where I want it. Now I have all my video clips in the order I want them to be in. So we're then going to go ahead and click on that orange check mark, confirming that that's what we want done, and save it that way. Now we can see that the video clips are in the order we want. So let's go ahead, and we're just going to take a little bit of a preview of what this video is all about.
This is my front yard.
Okay, guys. why. So you can see like it went from one video clip to the next. So between the two video clips, there is a white box with a backward slash in it. And what I want to do is I want to go ahead and select that. And that's going to bring up then the transition between those two video clips. Now, what's cool is they kind of give you a little bit of a preview of what's going to happen between those different transitions. And I can scroll between all them. They give you a whole bunch of selections to choose from here. But I think for today what we're going to do is we're just going to do mix. So we're going to go ahead and select that. Then, as you can see, it has time. So if I take this orange bar and drag it to the right, it's going to prolong that transition to make it real smooth. Or I can take it and do the left for a quicker transition, something just a little bit more snappy. And sometimes if you do it too fast, it's like it's not even there. But you can see in that right there. I think for this demonstration, what we're going to do is we're going to make it 3 seconds. So I'm going to let go there, and then I'm going to hit the orange check mark confirming that that's what I want. So now, if I go back here and I push play, we should see a nice smooth transition between the two video clips. And we do. So now, we can see right here, that's another transition we can do. And there's also another one here. So between the 4 video clips, there is a total of 3 transitions. Now, one of the nice features they give you on this, if we go back to the first one, and technically you can do this with any transition there is there, but for this purpose, I'm going to just do the first one. We can click on that again, and either we have the ability to change that, or what we can do also is to the left. You remember the one orange check mark that we clicked to save it for that transition for that clip there? On the very opposite side, there's 2 orange check marks that we can select. And what this is going to do is the settings that we did for that one, it's going to apply them across all transitions within your video. So if you want the same one throughout every single transition, you can go ahead and apply to all. Now, that will not only be the transition you're doing, but also the time. So we did the mix transition with 3 seconds. So if I hit that, I click the 2 orange check marks, and if I click the apply to all, it's going to apply it to every single one there exactly the same. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And if we come over here, we can see that one is done, and that one is done. So let's go ahead and just watch a little bit of this. And then you can see how smooth that was. Now we're looking at the clouds. And then we're about ready to go to the next
Bug.
video clip. Oh, and now we notice I said bug, and that is really shaky. And it doesn't really look too great, honestly. And I really want to take that portion out of the video. So let's go ahead and we're going to work on that. So first off, what I want to do is I want to select the video clip I want to work on. So we're going to go ahead and just make sure that highlight. Now you can see all those tools that popped up there right above that video clip are meant to work on this video clip here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go back. Now if I go too far, it'll go into the previous video. And the reasons why it's playing this is because it's part of the transition. So if I go like right there, right in here, that's the other video. But you can see how like oops, I'm sorry, I went too far. From here to here is the transition. So it's 2 video clips kind of like more or less overlay. But I want to get the full effect. So I want to go right at the beginning of that video clip for the last one, and we're going to play it. And what I want to do is I want to be listening for the word bug, and you're going to see the video shaking, and I want to basically find right where that ends and where it's smooth and goes forward then. And so with that video clip highlighted, I click that one, Um, we're going then, once we find that spot, we're going to select split. So if you look at the toolbar, you see where it says trim, it has a picture of the scissors, and right beside that is the word split. Once we find that sweet spot, that's when we're going to hit split. So let's go ahead and push play. We're going to be listening and looking for all that, and then we're going to click that.
Bug.
So right about there's a fair area, like you saw or heard. I said bug. It was very bouncy and stuff because of the bug. I guess it was going after me. By the way, I knew I was doing that is for the purpose of this video. But anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit split. Now, it still has portion of that video highlighted in orange there, and that's the portion after where I did the split. But if I just click off to the side or up top just a little bit, hey, doesn't that look like another transition that's not done? And you'd be correct on that. So basically we did a split there. Now we could put a transition there if we want to, or we could select the portion of the video that we didn't want in, which I'm going to do. So we'll go ahead and select that. So this is the portion where I said bug and the video is bouncing all over the place. And what I want to do here is we don't want that in our video because it's not very professional. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to select that portion, and then we're going to select delete. Now we're left with a very smooth transition, or a smooth video clip, and we can go back before the transition and see how that all looks together. And as you can see, that looks a whole lot better. So we learned how to basically do the add the video clips in, do the transitions, how to split up a video clip where we basically may have a section or something that we don't really want there. We can just get rid of it. We can also, they give you a couple different ways of getting rid of those kind. And so we're going to go back to the first video clip here. And if we select that, we have the pair of scissors that said trim. So we're going to select that. And in there, you see how everything's highlighted orange on the video clip there? I can take either one of those sides and drag it. And as I drag it, you're going to see there's a bright side that seems like it's highlighted, and there's a very dull side to the left of it that's a little bit darker. So anything that's in the darker range is stuff that's being taken out of that video clip. And I could go from the beginning of the video and drag it, or I can go from the end of the video and also drag it. So now with that, I can also push play and kind of preview what I just have left, or what would be in the clip at that point. So let's go ahead and do that.
This is my front yard.
And I think I want to take this and make it just a little bit shorter. I mean, yeah, it's great and all, but I just want something a little bit shorter to not make it so long. So we're going to do that here. We're going to push play again here.
This is my front yard.
Okay, so that whole video clip, I believe, was 10.9 seconds long. And with the highlighted portion there, it would be 8.6. So basically, we took a little bit out of there. And I think that looks good for what I want as of right now. So I'm happy with that. So I want to hit that orange check mark again. And it's going to just keep the portions that are highlighted in orange there at that point. Okay. And in this first video clip that I did, you could hear me say, "This is my front yard." Well, I think I want to also add text to the video there. So what I want to do is, as soon as I say, "This is my front yard," I want to go ahead and add text right at that point into the video clip. So let's go ahead. We're going to press play, listen for that. And then once I hear myself talking, I'm going to pause it, and then that's where we're going to add it. So,
This is my
okay. So that's where I start saying it. So we're going to go ahead and then um, on this portion here, you don't want the video selected. If any part of the video is selected, just select off to the side. I don't know if you can see those circles that where I'm tapping. Just tap somewhere in there, and then you should be presented with all these options at the bottom here. And if I didn't say this before, this bar here, there's a bunch of tools you can use in here. If you don't see the text or anything, try taking and just scrolling to the side a little bit, and it should be in there somewhere. But for this, we're going to go ahead and click on the text icon, and we're going to say, this is my front yard. This is my front yard. And then I'm happy with that, so we're going to go ahead. Actually, we'll put a period, and then we'll hit the check mark to save it. So I want to make sure, though, that that text is popping up as soon as I say this is my front yard. And also, guys, I don't know if you noticed, but down below, right above the video clip there, we now are presented with a blue box for that text that says this is my front yard. Now, if you were to write something that's a whole lot longer, it'll get a portion of what you're saying there, but it won't have everything in that little blue box there. Now, granted, all this, everything that you had typed will be in the video clip under the text, but it just won't be this portion. It's more of just like a little display saying, hey, you add text here. So we're going to go ahead and play the video, and we're going to make sure that the text is lined up with where I say this is my front yard.
So during this, I was wearing my Bluetooth headphones, and from when I was hearing the video and seeing the text display, it was actually matching up. However, when I put this just on my phone or listened through my phone, it didn't quite match up as well. So that would be one thing you would want to check, but let's continue. This is my front yard.
Okay, so right off the get-go, we notice that there's a little bit of a lag or delay from where the text is popping up and from when I say, this is my front yard. So what I can do is, I want to go ahead and hold down just for a little bit on the blue box where the text is, down below, and just drag it over to the left a little bit. So it's going to put it closer to the beginning of the video. And hopefully, within a couple of tries, or maybe the first try if we get real lucky, they'll be right there. So we're going to play again.
This is my front yard.
Okay, so it's a little bit too soon. And we're going to take it and just drag it back a hair. Now let's try.
This is my front yard.
And there we go, we nailed it. Now, one of the other ways you can do, if you catch the time at the very bottom, so see that orange bar that's going across, that's the time frame where you're in. If you look right below, so like 2.7 seconds, 3.9 seconds, so you can sometimes pinpoint there. And what I do is I'll put my orange line as an indicator there, take the text or and hit it, and you'll feel like a little vibration, because anytime there's like a certain sequence or a certain timestamps, like transition wise and all that with your video, you'll feel a little vibration. It tries to line that up for you to make it easier, and you kind of get the feel once you mess with it a little bit there. But for right now, that looks good. Now,
this is my front yard.
That looks pretty basic, and what I think I want to do is make it a little bit cooler. So I want to do animation for the text. So what I did is I went ahead and I selected the text down below, that blue box there. And if we look at the bar of our tools there, we see the animation. It's a picture of the star with the 3 lines right behind it, so it makes it look like a flying star, I guess. And we're going to go ahead and select that. Now we're presented with different animations that we can use, also in, out, So basically, it's the animation coming in and the animation going out, if that makes sense. And I'll kind of show you what that means. So to begin with, we're going to do in. So when that first pops up, how are we going to see that? And I think what we want to do here, I want this one here. So slide D. So once again, the we can either scroll this line that has the time to the right, which will make it longer. It just takes a sweet time. Or we can make it real quick by sliding it to the left, which that doesn't look very good in my opinion for this video clip. Maybe in some it might, but I think what we want to do is just something a little bit easier going on the eyes. Maybe a little bit longer than that. So let's do 1.5 seconds. That looks pretty good. So I'm happy with that. So we're going to go ahead and hit the check mark, the orange check mark, to save what we just did. And then now if I play it, it should have that animation at the beginning of the text, and then we'll see.
This is my front yard.
And it does. But now I want an animation for it to, the text for it to leave out, to go away. So we're going to go ahead and select on that blue box again, go animation. But this time, see how in is the in word is in orange. That means that's selected. This time we're going to hit out, and now out is in orange. So now we need we're going to be working on the transition or the animation going out when the text is leaving us. And I want something a little different just so we can really see the difference. So I think I want this one. So once again, we could change the time to something quicker, something longer. Yeah, I think for this, a little bit quicker than that. Let's do. That looks good. So we'll just do 0.9 seconds. So go ahead and we'll play at the beginning.
This is my front yard.
And see how it did the in and out? There was two transitions going on in that text. Then on top of that, I don't know if you caught the transition between two video clips too. So let's watch the whole thing. And there we go, guys. So after you are done with the video, you're going to want to save it. So in the very top right hand corner, do you see where it has the orange box with the word save? We're going to go ahead and click that. And then it gives us three different options: resolution, frame rate, and quality. So resolution is basically how detailed the picture is. Like a lot of the newer TVs are coming out with a 4K, which are the really high quality ones. And then we got something over to like a 320p, which would be a lot lower quality of video. So depending on what you're wanting to do is kind of where you want to set it to. So for example, let's say if you have an older smartphone with not so much storage in it, you're kind of getting low, you're probably going to want to do a lower resolution to keep the size of the video down. But if you're looking for something like 4K and you're like, you know what, I just got a 4K TV, I have a ton of storage in my phone, I want something the best picture possible, then you're going to want to do 4K. Personally, for myself, I like doing 1080p. So let's just say the video that we're doing right now. So if I'm keeping all the current settings, it's 60.1 megabytes. If I go over to 4K, it went from 60 megabytes, or 60.1 I should say, to 239.1 megabytes. Now, you're like, well, that's not a lot of storage. Well, if you do have like an hour video, it's going to be a whole lot bigger. So this is just a short video clip of 28 seconds. So now if we go down to 320 p, it's only 5.7 megabytes, which is really not that much. So I like keeping about 1080p. It gives you kind of the best of both worlds. It's a good resolution where it still has high detail, but it's not an insane amount of storage. Now, if we go down to frame rate, we're presented with other options too. Personally, guys, from what I like doing, I always do 60. It's a smoother picture, smoother transition, or just everything's just a lot smoother in it. So you're getting 60 frames per second. So in every second, there's going to be 60 frames in it, versus if you did like 30 frames per second. Now, or I should say, most TVs are at 60 frames per second. Even if some of them will say they're 120, but if you really go in the background and look at the statistics, they have software that make it act like 120, but realistically it's still 60. Now, there are some TVs out there that still have the higher ones. Yes, I do know that. But a lot of times it can be software running on top or within the TV that makes it act like or look like 120. So for myself personally, I always do 60 frames per second. Then you have the quality of the TV itself. I'm sorry, not the TV, but the video itself. So maybe if you're looking for some additional storage to save it, you can lower that too. I always put mine on high. So this is pretty much the way I do it almost every video. Not always, but almost all the time. There was a couple of videos where it was a real long one, like over an hour long, and I was running out of storage on my phone. And so I did have to put it down to 720p in order to have enough room in order to be able to do it. So if you keep it like this is probably pretty good settings in my opinion. But you can experiment with that, and everybody's situation's a little different. So do what you feel is best for you, but hopefully that helps. So once you got that all done or put over exactly the way you want it, we're going to go ahead and click on the save button again. And then it's going to take everything that we did within that video or that segment there and put it all together for us. It's going to just be one file with everything. So this was only 28 seconds. Now, if you have a video that is, say an hour long, it's going to take a whole lot longer than this. I mean, you're probably talking 30, 40 minutes easily. And depending on what resolution, maybe even longer. So just be prepared for that. But, so now, within this program, YouCut, it just got done converting it, but it gives you options. Do you want to upload it to YouTube? Do you want to put it on Facebook? Do you want to send a messenger? I mean, it just gives you a ton of options here. Or we could click on the play button up there where it says saved on that actual video, and we can play it. And I think that's what we're going to do for right now.
This is my front yard.
Okay, and you can see that came out really good. There, grants nothing crazy insane or anything. It's just for demonstration purposes, but it works. So, like I said before, what this whole purpose of this video, me doing, I just want to really get one-on-one with people, teach them. Let's take baby steps on it. There's no need to go all crazy. We're just going to take it one step at a time. This gives you something to work with, at least get you started. And the next video I go, we'll go a little bit more in detail. We're just going to do a little bit here and a little bit there each time. And before you know it, guys, you're going to be pros at this. You're going to be so good. You'll probably even be better than me. So, thank you for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. If there's anything I can do to improve this video, or you have things you like seeing in it, or you wish I've done differently, leave a comment and let me know, and I will do my best to implement that the next time. So till then, guys, take care. See you next time, and go have fun editing some of those videos.
Dad Swag.